Welcome to Rezzed. We're here checking out Tengami again, and I'm here with Phil again.
Again.
How are you, Phil?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Not bad. So it's been a year. You were the first guys we spoke to last year at Rezzed, and we checked out Tengami, and it looked back then beautiful. It now looks even better. You guys have had an entire year to work on it. How's it been?
It's been a crazy year, actually. When we showed last year at Rezzed, the game was literally, it was the first time we showed it publicly, so we were really nervous about how it's going to be received. But since then, we've had a year to kind of refine the game, and we've shown it lots of different places. And yeah, we're really happy with how much it's progressed.
How was the reception last year at Rezzed? Showing it off for the first time, how did the fans like it?
It exceeded all of our expectations. We didn't really have any expectations, to be honest. We were. It's like you're putting your baby in front of people for the first time, and
you were hoping they were going to be like, that's a really nice child, rather than that's an ugly baby.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, because the concept with the pop-up is, we felt it could be really like compelling, but until we saw other people play it, you never know how something's going to be received.
Yeah, because you could end up making the game and be like, this is perfect, this is the message I want to send, and then people pick it up and they're like, I don't understand this message, and then you're like, no, something has gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, so we were really happy with how all the feedback was positive. I think only we had one person just said, oh, the character walks a little bit slow. Okay,
so what did it help teach you anything about what you then needed to put into the game, or how you should approach this kind of stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So these shows like Rezzed are fantastic for getting people to play the game and seeing where they get stuck, or which bits they like, which bits they don't like. And the forest level that we're showing here is an evolution of the forest level we showed last year. And so much of it has been improved or redone, and there's still stuff we need to change on it, but we've deferred some of that to do like the ocean level and the other levels.
Yeah. So we're taking a look at the ocean level here at the moment, which seems to have some very wonderful puzzles, but some very evil puzzles at the same time.
Yeah, I think we felt like the first level was very gentle, and we were still kind of learning like what we could do with pop-up. So the puzzle's a little bit more relaxed, and perhaps we've gone a little bit too far the other way on the second level, and some of them are really getting a little bit more involved and a little bit more tricky.
The one that I liked is one of the ones in the ocean that we're hopefully going to get to see, is that you were hiding things in certain places, so if people kind of were quick with their pop-ups, it would take them a bit more time to actually work stuff out, rather than if you were slow, methodical, you actually took your time and worked things out.
Everything about the game is really about slowing people down and getting people to observe the environment and think about what they're doing when they're playing. Like, a lot of games are kind of fast-paced nowadays, and the whole game relies on you adopting a mindset where you basically slow down. And so a lot of the puzzles kind of encourage you to do that. And the one hiding inside the falls it was Jennifer's idea, and it was just, when she said it was like, that's just such a cool idea to like, because most people will get at that point in the game will just be used to flipping pages already, and then you're making them think about that in another way. Yeah,
I mean, it was very interesting to watch. Like, I still watched a few people come through, and it's interesting to see the thought process that they go through when playing your game, because they kind of sit down, and for those first 5 minutes they have that kind of, okay, this is I'm playing this on an iPad, so quick swipes, and okay, so I need to do this, and then wait, no, that's not right. And then you watch as they slowly go, well, hang on a minute, and then they slow down, and they then kind of flip something a little bit slower, and then they'll actually like slow it way down, and they'll watch as they actually flip it, and watch the beautiful like artwork that you've got going on, and see the actual transition between the pages and the puzzles. And it's quite interesting to actually see that it's not that you're forcing them to do this, it's that you've created this world that does it in such a way that people want to slow down to take it in.
Yeah, and it's also been really fascinating for us as well, because although I think that's what we were trying to do, it's been fascinating to see that that's what actually happens, and we've started to kind of talk about it in terms of it's almost like a Zen-like experience. You relax and you kind of get into a certain frame of mind, and that's like everything in the game is trying to make you do that. The music, the pace the character walks at is intentionally slow. The kind of puzzles,
but not too much at the same time. The character doesn't. While it's slow enough that it means that you're able to do what you want art-wise, but fast enough that the player actually still feels like it's moving at a decent pace, rather than.
You wouldn't believe how many times we've changed. We've tweaked the character speed. Like I think he started slower than that, and then we went faster, and then we went a bit slower again, and then we've kind of honed in on this speed that we're happy with at the moment.
So does the character have a name? That's the one thing I want to know.
The character doesn't have a name.
Are you going to give it a name?
No, the character is not going to have a name.
So it's just going to be nameless.
The Nameless Wanderer.
I'm going to call him Jeff.
It's interesting. Like everyone, it's interesting watching people project onto the character, because when guys play the game, or a lot of guys play the game, they often say, "Oh, I was playing the little samurai dude walking around." This is in America. They like to say "dude," but. I was playing a little samurai dude wandering around, and I'm like, well, at no point have we ever said it's a samurai. He's just a wanderer, basically. That's all we ever say. But when women play the game, they never say, I played the little samurai guy. So I think guys just like to kill things, basically.
Out of curiosity, what do the ladies say when they're playing this then?
It's interesting, like. I don't like to generalize, but
no, not generalization. But I mean, like, if guys are normally like, oh, it's the samurai. What do girls normally go for a less kind of like fighting role? Do they go more the wanderer, or do they not just go there just like the little guy?
The little guy, yeah.
See, I'd do that because it doesn't look like a samurai to me. It kind of looks like Mulan, but that's just me.
I mean, he has some.
But he's not wearing a samurai getup. He's wearing like the kind of wanderer's robes and
he doesn't,
kind of thing.
I mean, I think maybe it's just because of some people have a limited experience of Japan, so they kind of think when they see something traditional Japanese, well, he must be some kind of.
They're like, it's a samurai.
Warrior.
Where my ninja's at.
Yeah, I mean, I like to think that he's like a farmer or a wood chopper or something. Well, not a wood chopper because it was in Sword and Sorcery, but some kind of mundane job. I think that's quite interesting. But
I can understand that. So. You guys have gone from this wonderful little game to this kind of still a little game, but a game that's got some big ambitions now. Like originally, you were coming to the iOS, and when I spoke to last year, you were like, maybe if it does well, we might think about Android. But now it's a case of, we're now thinking about iOS and PC and the Mac and also the Wii U.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've basically said now that those are the only platforms we're committing to until the game is released now, because we feel we don't want to overstretch and overcommit. But yeah, last year we were just at the point of deciding to do PC and Mac, I think, and we'd already decided to do that. And then just the opportunity came up with the Wii U.
It's a perfect match, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just the idea of, I mean, we're filming on a monitor while someone plays on an iPad, but the idea of playing this on a tablet while other people can watch it on the TV, or you can kind of look between the two and you've got a bigger picture of what's going on and you can see more of the game, and it just feels like the Wii U is such a great idea for this game.
And exactly, and we feel the same. I mean, I think someone from Nintendo actually approached us having seen the game, and they expressed interest in us bringing it to the Wii U, and we hadn't given it a lot of thought because we were mainly staying away from consoles initially because it's expensive.
Yeah.
And just having got away from consoles, we weren't keen initially to go back to it, but when we talked about it and we looked at the Wii U and what you can do with it, it just seemed like a perfect match. So we're quite excited about the Wii U version.
It really does, and I also think the art style would work really well on tablet as well. It's just got one of those wonderful styles that it would look good on a big screen because you've got a lot of little details and stuff, but at the same time, it's still going to hold that kind of grace on a smaller screen, especially when it comes to like the pop-up style on a tablet is going to be so smooth and so wonderful to actually like just watch the transition.
Yeah, I mean the fascinating thing is like, traditionally if you made a game for mobile, you would have to do a lot of work to
We're being yelled at. Keep going. Go on, Phil. You're more important.
You'd have to do a lot of work to scale up the art assets and everything to make it look good on a TV screen.
Yep.
But because the iPad 3 is basically, it's higher than height than 1080p. So if the game looks good on the iPad 3, it will look good on a high-def television.
Yeah, and it's wonderful that you've gone from, it's great that technology as well, like the iPad 3, as you said, it's got such a high res that you're just a case of...
It's unbelievable. Like when I first got the iPad 3, the processing power that it has and the screen resolution, I really was amazed. And it's this thing this size, it's amazing. I love it.
So do you have a release schedule in mind now?
Schedule is probably too strong a word.
Do you have a rough idea of when you'd kind of maybe sort of like it to launch maybe?
So we've been holding the line of summer 2013, which it's already summer.
Not yet. I mean, it's raining outside. We'll let it off.
That's what we kept saying. Well, how long can we stretch summer? But we're hoping within the next 3 months.
I don't think it should be rushed, though.
No, agreed.
It definitely looks like a game that it's worth waiting for, as it just means that you're going to be able to put that kind of slow care into it that it really needs, and that the game is fundamentally built around.
Yeah.
Okay, so if people want to find out more about the game, where can they go, Phil? Where would you like to send them?
They can go to our website, which is tengami.com.
Okay, is that the best place to find everything out then?
Yep, and they can also follow us at Nyamyam Games on Twitter.
Okay, well there you go. Phil, thank you very much for letting us check back in and take another look at Tengami. It looks great and you've done a really good job.
Thanks for coming around again.
Cheers, thank you.